Welcome everyone to my channel again. This is Cesar, Shark number 20 online, and today we have a special episode. So as you see, the Iowa State Cyclones, they do play in the Sim Nation College Football League out of Draft Day Sports College Football 2023. But we have a surprise today, and you will be asking, why did this guy stop in the recruiting number 2 after the season, and so was the transactions from the last year? Well, as you know, the Sim Nation College Football League, it fits the Weekend Warriors Pro Football League out of Draft Day Sports Draft Day Sports Pro Football 2023. And recently, Darren, the commissioner of the SNCFL, took over the commissioning of the WWPF, and the first thing he did was to combine both leagues. So we are going to use that to give a little bit of an update about what players from the last season for the Cyclones made it into the draft of the WWPF, which is the other online league that exists under Wolverine Studios in Sim Nation. Singamin. Sim Nation? Singamin? I think it's Sim Nation. Anyway, so we can see that in the draft panel, we have two former Iowa State Cyclones. They were both recruited before I came into the team, and now they are turning pro. So we have Hector McLean and we have Wallace Roth. So what are we going to do is to have a look in the SNCFL how the profiles were and the stats that they have and how likely they are now. And I think I need to give a little bit of background first. So the WWPF, as I said many times already, it fits by the players created by the Sim Nation College Football League, but that's not a straight conversion that the game does. No. So we have a code. We have a special program that, based on the ratings and based on the stats of the SNCFL players, their ratings get adjusted when they move on to the WWPF. And I think that's a fantastic feature of these leagues. And that's why you should join us. So as always, drop me a message or find me in Slack, Discord. I always have the same nickname, so you only have to find me, really. So, and if you like the content of this channel, just to help me out and to motivate me to create even more things for you, just hit the like button to help me out with the positioning in YouTube, and of course subscribe, so at some point I can live out of this. I don't think so, but it's nice to have subscribers. So, as we said, after doing the introductions, we are gonna see Hector McLean, 5.8, 174 pounds, which is a very small cornerback. And as you can see, he did play in Iowa State, he's a cornerback, and these are his stats. But what we're gonna do, we are gonna go to the SNCFL, and we are gonna open Hector McLean, and this is how he did look in his senior year, out of the Iowa State Cyclones, and awaiting to be, I don't think he's going to be drafted. So his projection is undrafted, so he probably won't be like even scouted, and we'll have to wait until the post-draft free agency to see where we're going from here. So Hector McLean, he was a start. Well, he was more the slot corner by looking at the game stats, at the starts. Yeah, he likely was. In the first season with me at the helm, he did start. We didn't have anyone better, so Hector McLean was the second cornerback, I think I remember. So his speed 87, intelligence 63, agility 70. He has a trait of zone corner that is going to translate as well into the WWPF for those who are interested. high endurance, pretty decent hands, and as we can see, he accumulated 4 interceptions during his tenure with us and 42 pass defended. 3 sacks to add into it. So in the last year, in his senior years, he went to play on the slot, and he was actually pretty good. He did only allow 13 catches in 38 targets. That's one of the things I would love, that it gets added eventually into the games. I would love to have like a QB rating, of passes thrown at him during his career with us. I sincerely would like to have that feature added to the advanced analytics. So how do we think Hector McLean will perform in the pros, or how do we think he will translate to the WWPF? If we come and see his scouting, we come to the profile. Obviously, I didn't scout him because he is undrafted. He is projected as undrafted, and his combines weren't great either. So we come to the combines. Robert McKee. There we go to the GH. Heto McLean here. So it's 469 on the 40. 17 as a bench press, 39 vertical jump, 3 cone drill. It was actually pretty decent. So it was stopped out by cornerbacks. He wasn't awful. It was 671. It's one of the best 3 cone drills that you can find in the first screen. And the total is 428 and a Wonder League score of 18. So it's not awful. I wouldn't play ever a cornerback with 4.69 in the 40, and if we see just a 60 certainty though, so we know that this is not going to be very accurate. But his speed, it rates as a D minus. I have his agility as a D minus, but his intelligence is a C. So this player is going to be interesting to see how he translates once the draft is over. He just have a defensive coordinator grade of 18.3, which is not brilliant by any metrics. So yeah, we will definitely have a look. I mean, he played for me 2 years, so the least I could do is to do the due diligence after the draft finishes and to see how he is. And also we know that he's got this trait of zone corner, even though it's not listed in here because he wasn't a scout. We know the traits translate from the SNCFL, and he was zone corner there. Okay, so and the other player that came out of the team to go and play, well, to hope to play in the WWPF at some point, it was, I have to change, don't I? Otherwise, I don't even know the name. Have to remember the name. Wallace Ruth. That's it, Mr. Ruth. Hello, Mr. Ruth. So he's 6'1", 189 pounds, 22 years old, and we are gonna find his card. There he is. So he had no traits. His player profile, he wasn't fast by any means, not agile by any means. He was okay. I mean, he did play in the first year. Oh my lord. So he basically was one of my starters in the first year. So now you can understand why we were so bad and why we finished 2-10. You can perfectly understand why by looking at the kind of starters that we inherit for the first year and how good we were in the second year. So he did play 13 games. I think he was like the 4th or the 5th cornerback. He doesn't have like anything. He's got 32 pass defended, which is pretty good. Considering that he only played in 41 games, he had roughly 1 pass defender per game, a little bit less obviously. 72 tackles. He did allow, I'd say, around 60% of completions of balls thrown on his way, and he did miss 6 tackles. So this is not the kind of player that is gonna translate properly into the WWPF, and probably all of these ratings will regress in the low 70s, low 50s, low 40s. So he's not going to be 82 by any stretch of the imagination. He's very developed, though. So if he gets drafted, in the 7th round, or if he's given a shot in training camp and during the preseason, we will have to see how he plays. So I might sign him myself to like a minimum contract or something like that, just to have a look. It's just always nice when you can see your players going into the WWPF. And if we come here and we select the combines, we can see the Mr. Ruth. I keep forgetting his name. This is awful. So Wallace, where are you, my man? Here, Wallace Ruth. Actually, he was better in his 40-yard dash. He pretty much the same strength that McLean. Oh, look, there's one next to the other. He was a little bit less agile, but no, a little bit less. Whatever that means, the 3-cone drill. I don't know exactly for cornerbacks. I know for linemen this translates for run blocking, but I don't know for cornerbacks what it does just yet. So 404. So he actually doesn't have 460, 404. His physicals are gonna be like right there, Gonna be in the low 70s maybe. And his intelligence is pretty good. So let's have a look. So with 55 certainty, well, his speed is an F, which I pretty much believe so, because the 460 is not. It's not awful, but it's not great either. So it might be that it's an F, maybe a little bit higher. His agility, he was one of the best. Subtle in the combine, 404 is one of the best ones actually. At least top 10, isn't it? Yeah, at least top 10, top 12. Yeah, that's very good. All right. So yeah, so we did have a little bit of a dive into the WWPF, who is gonna start the draft live, the first round on Saturday at, I think Darren said 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to join us, just give me a shout. I send you the link so you can watch it. It is always fun because it gets like broadcasted, and the picks are discussed in real time. So this is very cool. It's very cool. It's one of the best additions, or one of the best features that we have in the WWPF. Well, you can always drop me a message in the comment and, let me know how did you find this episode in which we mixed up the Sim Nation College Football League with the Weekend Warriors Pro Football League. Okay, so thank you for your time, thank you for watching, and stay tuned. I promise I will be releasing the offensive clinic of the RPO very, very soon.